3 years ago, someone told me that doing an MBA will change my life. Well, here I am after completing my MBA, and I'm going to talk whether my life has really changed. I am Harshal Sawant, and I completed my MBA from SCMHRD in 2025. This video is going to be about why SCMHRD and why not SCMHRD. One thing for sure that you'll get unfiltered version of SCMHRD and all the required and necessary details you should know before joining this college. Well, for starters, it's not SCHMRD, it's SCMHRD, and SCMHRD stands for Symbiosis Center for Management and Human Resources Development. It is located in Hinjewadi, Pune, which is an IT park, and it also shares its campus with SCIT, which is Symbiosis Center for Information Technology. SCMHRD provides MBA in Human Resources, Finance, as well as Sales and Marketing, which are bucketed under core specialization. It also provides MBA in Infrastructure Development Management, IDM, and Business Analytics, BA. You need to have minimum 2 years of work experience in order to be eligible for MBA and BA. Apart from that, there's no other such rule for other core or IDM specialization. And it's quite commonly asked question that is it a tier 1 MBA or tier 2 MBA or tier 1.5 MBA? Well, it depends upon how you look at it. Some of the companies consider it as a tier 1 MBA college. Some consider it as a tier 1.5. I won't say that it's tier 2, but somewhere between 1 and 1.5. It is well known for its HR specialization, although since recent years, marketing, sales and marketing has also done well in the placement numbers. So I won't just restrict it as a human resources colleges, but overall, it's a good college. Talking about batch size and what kind of crowd you'll be facing, because you'll be ending up staying with them for 2 years. Well, officially the number is 180 for core specialization, and for IDM and BA, it's different. So yes, officially if you check the website, the number is 180, but it comes around 240 for the core batch. And for IDM and BA, I'm not sure with the numbers. I'll mostly talk about the core side of the MBA, the HR, finance, and sales and marketing side. But yeah, total batch size for 1 year is around 400, which includes MBA core as well as MBA IDM and MBA BA. One thing personally I like about the crowd is the kind of crowd SCMHRD attracts. It's not just from one geographical location or from one academical background. SCMHRD consistently gives admission to people who come from different backgrounds. So you'll find someone coming from psychology background, someone from botanical background, majorly engineers. Yes, that's the con with every MBA college, I would say. But yeah, SCMHRD does have a lot of variety of people and variety of crowd which comes from different parts of the country and some even internationally. You can find people from Nepal, Bangladesh, maybe Oman, Qatar, as such. I also get asked that is it better to have a work ex or being a fresher in SCMHRD? I would say the crowd is mixed with both work ex as well as with freshers. So if you're either of it, it's okay. But one thing I would like to highlight that if you have more than 3 years of work ex, I would not really prefer you to join SCMHRD. Maybe you can try for SCMHRD BA, but if you're getting core and if you have more than 3 years of work ex, it's kind of difficult because usually companies try to get candidates who have less than 3 years of experience. I'm not saying that you will be unplaced, but it's kind of hard to get placed, which is, yeah, sad. So all of these MBA programs are residential and you'll have to stay in the college compulsorily, no matter what, even if you stay just beside the college, but you'll have to stay in hostel. Yeah, you can put leaves and go out. Yeah, that's the thing. But it's a residential program, so lectures sometimes stretch till 8:30. Sometimes meetings are scheduled after your lectures get over, and things keep on going on till end of the day. So that's the thing about residential programs. You really don't know what's coming next. It's better to be in the proximity of the college so that you don't miss out on anything, and especially something important like placement talk or any kind of batch meets. For core, the first semester is going to be the same for everyone. Everyone will have the same subjects, same kind of syllabus. From second semester onwards, each one of the student gets choices to select what they want, which subject they want, and the specialization. But you would have to select a specialization at the start of your curriculum. Why is that? Because the placement committee has to sort your CVs in such a way that it's sent to the respective specializations companies. For example, if a company is coming from HR, it shouldn't happen that a CV from marketing student ends up there. So it's better to have a proper, wise decision made at the start of your academics, and you know what you want to do. I would rank HR as the topmost, marketing as the second, finance as the third, then BA, and then IDM. Well, BA and IDM can't be compared with the core. For core, I would say HR, finance, and marketing. Why? Because HR has been kind of a flagship, although not officially they call it flagship, but yeah. So the advantage with being in HR is the vast alumni network. A lot of people in a lot of good companies are sitting in good positions. So getting the companies for placement committee is kind of a bit easier because the alumni are there. Whereas for finance, the number is relatively low, and sales and marketing also the number is little bit low as compared to HR. So that's the advantage. But yeah, your career should not be dependent upon the placement figure of your college. It should be dependent upon what you really want to do in life. So don't just go by the number. Seek what you want to do, check where you want to end up 10 years later, and make decisions accordingly. About the curriculum, they strive to be at par with what's going on in the industry, no doubt. There are case study based teaching sessions. The professors are good, although not all of them. But yeah, I guess it's fine. You are anyway not going to learn anything in the classroom. It's going to be your friend circle and your roommate sitting with you, or you in sitting in someone's room at 3 a.m. one day before exam, and you're going to study that way. But anyway, faculties are good. They are mostly PhD holders. For evaluation, the I would say the exam pattern is in 4 semester, and then you have midterms and end semester. Midterms consist of Coursera marks as well as your written exam and assignment marks. End term consists of your written exam, which is of 40 marks, and all of them are graded in a way that there's a relative marking. So anyone who tops your batch or tops that exam will have a highest one, and the CGPA will be given accordingly. So it's not like if you score 100, you'll get 10 CGPA or something. If your topper scores 50%, then 50% is the highest, and you'll be graded accordingly. Attendance is something which is of 75%, and they tell you to maintain that. And I would also suggest that you maintain that, because if you don't, then you give the power in their hands, and it's upon them to do whatever they want. But if you're in any club or committees, and especially placement committee, well, as much as it sounds weird, you get 100% attendance off if you're in placement committee, and other committees you get some of the attendance off if you are busy in some work. Yeah, but if you're not in any committee, then you won't get any attendance off. Let's talk about the clubs and committees now. So there are 14 committees in the college. There are four core committees. The first one is CRT, the placement committee, which organizes and manages the placement process. The second is ART, alumni relations team, which sees relations between the alums and the college. The third is NEEV, which organizes the annual fest of SCMHRD. And the fourth is APR. APR is admissions and PR. More about these teams later. Apart from these four, there is GLT, there is sports committee, there is a media and PR committee, there's entrepreneurship cell, then there's analytics club. Um, so the next question can be, which committee do you want to join? Which is one of the main questions which students ask after they join the college, and which is a very valid question. So we'll delve deeper into these committees to help you find the best one. Let's start from CRD. So CRD is corporate relations team. It looks after the placements, and it does get undue advantages which normal students don't get, or normal other committee students don't get. For example, as I mentioned previously, 100% attendance, yes, they do get. Plus, well, I won't comment how, but miraculously,
CRT students get placed in good companies always, and I don't know how it happens, but it happens. Just join the dots. Second is admissions and PR team, which basically looks after the admission and does the PR for the college. They sell the college basically. So all the ads you get, or you see that YouTuber guy, Matt Queen, whatever. And I don't want to take his name, of course, but they call them, then they do all kind of publicity, then post it on their YouTube, etc. So this is what APR does. It basically goes to different cities, different classes, different social media, and advertises the college as well as manages the admission process. Third is ART. ART basically connects with the alumni, which are in good positions in good organizations, any kind of alumni actually, and they maintain relationships with them so that it could in return help them in placements, like not them but the college in placements. So basically ART and CRT works together thoda bahut. ART gathers the data, communicates with the alumni, and then gives that data to CRT, then CRT communicates for the placements, and it is just happening this. Then NEEV. What does NEEV do? It organizes the fest, but most of the time the NEEV guys are just asking for sponsorships. That's the main task, I would say. They manage the whole NEEV fest, which is an amazing fest, no doubt. But majorly the time goes for asking for sponsorships to various corporates as well as wherever possible. Then non-core committees, I would say cultural committee is a committee where you get to dance, sing. If you like dancing and singing and like performing in front of everyone, just go for it. Sports committee manages the sports events, manages war of division, manages inter-college sports, etc., etc. Basically anything related to sports committee takes care of it. Media and PR. Media and PR. I was in media and PR for 7 days. Then I left for some reasons which were not matching my passion with their expectations. So I left. So media and PR covers events. It could be formal events like Athenaeums, which are the leadership talks. Other than that, any event such as War of Divisions, which is a sports event, or any corporate talk happening, blah, blah, blah. That's the responsibility of media and PR guys. Then entrepreneurship cell, I honestly have no idea what they do. Analytics, I have no idea. They do something. You get 3 pointers in your CV, so that's a plus advantage. Other than that, I think I covered almost all. If I've missed anything, yes, the management committee, which is also called as the Mancom. Management committee has their flagship event Yashasvi, which they organize, which is a formal event, and the case competitions, etc., happen in them. Guest talks, blah 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 happens. Also, they do have a good initiative called ACE series, where they guide people, I mean, guide juniors for the summer placements, as well as conduct mock interviews and mock GDs, which are taken by the seniors. Apart from that, they also connect with the alumni to help the final placement students for mock PIs and etc. So that is a good thing about management committee. Which committee I would suggest you guys to join? See, being in a committee has its own advantages as well as disadvantages. And being NCC, that is no clubs and committees, also has its own advantages and disadvantages. Being in a committee, the biggest advantage is the pointers you get on your CV. Most of the people who come to SCMHRD do not have a huge CV filled with whatever they have done in their life, which is okay. I had a CV which was like this size, this small size. So committees do give you these 2 pointers for your CV. Apart from that, they expect your time, they expect your hard work, which is you have to give in, and it is what it is. If you want to secure your placement, for sure, by giving up your college life, by forgetting about your friendship and etc., no hostel life, nothing, join the placement committee, no doubt. It's a rigorous process to join it, but once you're there, I guess you'll be set for your placements, but you lose out on everything apart from placements. So make a call. Second is ART. ART, I feel it's a good committee. It gets you connected with the alumni and all. Again, but it's a core committee and it works with CRT, so it's kinda thoda hectic. And it will also require a lot of your time. It also conducts footprints, which is alumni reconnect. They organize in metro cities, Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, I guess. So you get to go there as an alumni committee member and organize it, then call alumni. Now NEEV, as I said, that yes, you'll be going and asking for sponsorships, then organizing the NEEV in Feb, I guess. Yeah. So that would take majority of your time in the first year, because in all committees it's just the first year people who work the most. Second years usually give the handover, or they are just a guiding point, but the work is done by the first year only, majority of it. So NEEV first year you will be in college till 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. Most of the times, working. Third is APR. Well, if you are expert in lying and if you wanna show, which does not exist in reality, maybe you can join APR. Nothing against the committee or something, but it's just that some things are shown in a way that is not the actual thing. People spend lakhs, 30 lakhs, I guess it's the fees right now, and then they come to the SCMHRD, and then the expectations are not met, which were created by this committee. So that's it. Good for your pointers, but again, make a choice. Then cultural committee, yeah, if you're good in singing or dancing or any type of instrument playing, it's a good committee. You get to perform always. That's it's a chill committee. Sports committee, again, if you are into sports, want to do something in sports committee is there. Make a call accordingly. And just for you to know, that not being in any committee doesn't mean you're losing out on a lot of things. No, not at all. One more thing about being in a committee is you have a set group, because the group members of that committee will be there through the first year, second year. So you create a kind of a bond with them, and most of the times, like I would say 80% of the times, they become your close friends. Whereas in NCC, unless and until you have a particular group, it's thoda difficult to have friends, which is okay. I mean, in the long term, anyway, it's going to be just two or three people which you talk to. But yeah, for the committee thing, you also get access to seniors, so they kind of mentor you well personally. Other than that, I don't think so there's any advantage to that, or being in any committee or etc. But it's a call. Again, choose wisely, because it's going to define how your 2 years of MBA will look like. And yes, the amalgamation of all these committees working together is something which helps SCMHRD to thrive, because most of the work in the college is done by all the committees. So it's a student driven campus, no doubt. Most of the job is done by the students. I think it's kind of a cost cutting for the college, because they don't get paid. I mean, the students don't get paid despite working so much. It's part of the learning process, I think. Final placements number, well, it's kind of an important topic. SC maturity does not have 100% placements, not at least for the last 2 years. It's not that bad or something, but yeah, not 100%. People might be not play if they're just unlucky. Luck is a big factor in placements, I'd say, and sometimes luck just doesn't work in our favor. That doesn't mean your life stops there. You can always try from outside and etc. And the college helps as well. Even after passing out, it's better to not have an expectation that, oh, you come to SMHRD and sure you'll get placed. No, you have to prove yourself. You have to be lucky. You have to put thorough effort. You have to be street smart. You have to have good conversation skills, communication skills, a good thoda bahut English skill, plus have some realistic expectations. There are good companies which provide 30 plus LPA packages as well. It does happen, but not all of the students are going to get it. That's a fact as well. Then there's range of companies. I think the lowest, from maybe 9, 10, 10, 11, around that, to 30 plus is what the range could be. Stats wise speaking, summer internships are okay with for the core specialization, HR, finance, marketing. Average for HR comes around 2.2 lakhs for 2 months around. that finance is lower on the lower side. Sales and marketing is at par with HR, but for IDM and BA, it's not at par with the core thing. So have real expectations. Well, for final placements, I would say BA performs well. Stats wise, although it's almost the same, but I feel that BA, because of the experience, does well. It's more of the analytical side and analytical uh, type of placement stuff happening there. And in core HR, realistic, I would say average would be around uh, maybe around 18. Because I don't blame the college, of course. The market conditions have been bad, they have been brutal. So the placement stats are not that great since few years. But I hope that college will work and then move ahead with it and get better. For sales and marketing, the summer internship number is good but not great. Again, a lot of people just shift from marketing, finance to HR just because the numbers are good. But how do you even decide your career basis on some stats, and that stats which is temporary? But nevertheless, people do that and they decide the trajectory of the career, which is okay if they are okay. IDM final placements are not that great, not at all that great. They are good, but not great. And if someone is getting, I'd say, SIIB core and SCMHRD IDM, I would suggest to go for SIIB core. IDM is maybe just not worth it. I could be wrong, I don't know. But what my experience is, what my perception is what I'm speaking. There are students who have converted some companies from case competitions by getting PPIs, PPOs after being their grand finale winner or semi-finalist, etc. So that's also a thing which you can try and which you should try when you are doing your MBA. That you do your case competitions with all of your heart, even though if it doesn't work, it's okay, you get experience, but the chances of getting placed in a good company are also high through case competitions. So yeah, coming for hostel life and what can be expected on the campus. Okay, so hostel, I'd say girls hostel is situated inside the campus. Boys hostel for juniors, that is first year, is situated outside, which is around 800 meters from the college, which is called that Cherry Blossom Hostel. And for second year students, it's Dahlia, which is situated around 100 to 150 meters from the college. Walkable, yeah, walkable. The distance to Cherry and the road to Cherry is thoda bad, but it's okay. So boys don't stay on campus. They can stay as long as they want in the campus, but they don't have a room in campus. So even if it's like someone wants to stay till 1 a.m., they can study in the study room and then leave the campus and go back to their hostel. Uh, Cherry Blossom Hostel and Girls Hostel are old buildings, so it's kind of okayish, not that luxurious or something you'd like. Cherry Blossom, I think now has 4 sharing, so which is kind of a lot. During my time, it was 3 sharing, which was a lot as well. I guess people will get used to it anyway. Then there's Dahlia Hostel for second year boys, and that's a 5 star hotel, I would say. It's amazing, and you would just love it. Just the boys, I mean, girls can't enter. But yeah, second year boys will have that amazing hostel. In Cherry, you have some multi-purpose ground which where you can play football, cricket, badminton, volleyball, etc. It's a small space, but yeah, people do play. In Dahlia, you have a multi-purpose ground, but you are not allowed to play on it. I don't know why. Weird rules. But in college, there's a multi-purpose ground as well where people play. So it's a campus which involves SCIT campus as well. Ground floor, first floor, and second floor is of SCIT, and third, fourth, fifth, and sixth is of SCMHRD. So you get to make friends with SCIT people as well. And in campus, although SIIB has a different campus, but the SIIB students also stay in the hostel situated in college. So you get to make friends with SCIT, SIIB, SCMHRD. So life is quite happening. And if you're feeling sad that you couldn't convert SIPM and you're going to miss the mountains and all that hilltop slope, I would say not really. Just because you missed by a few percentile or because of a not so great interview, it doesn't mean that you are losing out on a lot. SCMHRD has its own pros. One of the greatest pro is it being situated in an IT park. That is a major advantage where you don't have to spend 100 or 200 rupees just for you to climb down the mountain. You can just get out of your gate and go to a cafe, go to any restaurant, have drinks, smoke, whatever you want to do. Yeah, also the access to other parts of the city is very easy as it's connected to the main road very easily, unlike SIBM's Hilltop campus. So that's an advantage. You get to party a lot. For finances, how much money should you have while staying in campus? Well, that's kind of subjective. I've seen rich kids, rich spoiled brats, spending like 30,000, 40,000 a month just on parties and doing stuff, etc. And then there are frugal people who spend not so much because everything is covered, right from your stay to food, then your books, then your college uniform, which is white shirt and black pant basically. That's given, that is covered. So you don't really have to spend anything unless you want to order from Zomato Swiggy because the mess food is not that great. It's okay, but not that great. Manageable. And then if you are fond of partying or smoking or drinking, then yeah, you'll have to spend more. About the classroom and infrastructure, so it's not a huge campus, honestly. It consists of one academic building and then hostels in it. So it's not that huge, like SIBM's Hilltop campus. But it's quite a happening campus. You won't get bored, and things keep on happening in the campus. You don't have ACs in classroom, but it's not actually needed. Pune weather is kind of chill, and in winters though it's very chill. The temperature drops significantly, so no air conditioned classrooms doesn't really matter. You have labs, then you have a conference room kind of a thing, then you have a seminar hall and blah blah blah. Then there's a huge classroom where placements happen, etc. We also have an auditorium, plus there's a swimming pool, there's also gym, which is not air conditioned, and sometimes it gets crowded as, but okay, it's manageable. Again, there are a lot of options outside. If you want to join some other gym outside, you can do that. A lot of people do that. There is also a health center which is called as HCHC, which is kind of where the doctors are to assist for any medical related thing. Basic things, don't really expect a lot. For something serious, they'll themselves tell you to go outside or go to Symbiosis Hospital. There's also a small convenience store, Rangoli Traders, okay, where you can get all your everyday essentials, which is located inside the campus as well. It's beside the juice center inside the campus where you can get anything you want, which you need daily, right from soaps, biscuits, pens, whatever you want, juices, lace. It's just there. About friend circle and forming groups in SMHRD, see, sometimes it's kind of overwhelming when you enter a new place and then you have to find new people, interact with them, make friends. Some people have the ability to do it naturally, some people are introvert, so they find difficult. But nevertheless, I would say that just go for it. Nothing could go wrong. Fall in love, fall out of love, make friends which will stay for life. Don't get spoiled. It's going to be amazing. It's going to have a lot of ups and downs. Plus, you're going to change. The person who walks into SMHRD on the first day and the person who walks out from the same person who walks out from the SMHRD after 2 years, it's going to be a significantly different person. A grown up person who knows more, who has more practical knowledge, who has more understanding, who's more mature. That's it, I guess. If I've missed anything and you think you want to know about it, you can always connect with me. I'm always open to interact. So, final advice, and before I sign off, should you join SMHRD? This question depends upon your situation. If SMHRD is your best convert, yes, join it. If SMHRD is your best convert and you want to do finance and you can't
skip a year or take the exam again, then yes. If you can, then take a gap or take the exam next year if you want to do finance, because it's not that great for finance. If you want to do IDM, maybe maybe not. If I had all this knowledge and I had to choose to do IDM from SCMHRD, I would rather not do BA. Yeah, you can do if you have WorkX. Again, choosing SCMHRD depends upon what other options do you have. If you have options which are good in marketing, for example, MICA, so I think you should prefer that. For HR, yeah, SMHRD is good. For Pune locals who are from Pune, SMHRD might be a good choice because they get to stay nearby. Even for Mumbai people, the proximity to Mumbai is very nearby. For others, make a wise choice. It's not like it's the greatest of all GOAT. Nope, not really. It is a good college, but it is a good college. Don't keep your expectations too high. So, yep. All the best for your Snap interviews. Or if you're going to give Snap this year, all the best for that. If you have any doubts or need any clarifications, feel free to text me. I'll always try to reply with the most right thing which I can without being biased towards my college. That's it, I guess. See you later. Harshal Sawant signing off.